Chelsea's summer transfer window is beginning to accelerate, and after weeks of speculation, the Blues appear ready to make their first major move under new head coach Xabi Alonso. The focus at Stamford Bridge is becoming increasingly clear. Before strengthening the attack, Chelsea want to rebuild their defensive foundation. According to the latest reports, highly rated Italian defender Marco Palestra is expected to undergo his Chelsea medical today after completing the final travel arrangements to London. While modern football medicals have become extremely detailed and can sometimes take longer than supporters expect, there is growing confidence that, if everything proceeds smoothly, an official announcement could follow in the coming days. For Chelsea supporters, this represents much more than simply signing another talented young defender. Palestra is expected to become the first official signing of the Xabi Alonso era, and his arrival could signal the beginning of an entirely new tactical project at Stamford Bridge. Alonso has reportedly made it clear that building a championship-winning team starts with defensive stability. Throughout football history, many elite managers have first established a strong defensive structure before adding attacking firepower, and Alonso appears determined to follow a similar philosophy. Chelsea's defence has shown moments of quality in recent seasons, but inconsistency, injuries and tactical uncertainty have prevented the club from competing consistently at the highest level. The new manager wants to change that immediately. Marco Palestra is viewed as a player capable of developing into one of Europe's most complete defenders. Despite his young age, he possesses impressive composure on the ball, excellent positional awareness, and the confidence required to play in possession-based systems. Chelsea believe his technical ability makes him perfectly suited to Alonso's tactical approach, where defenders are expected not only to stop attacks, but also to begin them. However, Palestra is only expected to be the first piece of Chelsea's defensive rebuild. Even as preparations continue for Palestra's medical, Chelsea have already begun discussions regarding another major defensive target. Crystal Palace defender Maxence Lacroix has now emerged as one of Chelsea's highest priorities this summer, with talks between the two clubs beginning as the Blues explore the conditions of a potential transfer. Chelsea's recruitment department believes Lacroix possesses exactly the qualities required to transform their back line. The French defender has developed into one of the Premier League's most reliable centre-backs, combining outstanding athleticism with leadership and consistency. Inside Stamford Bridge, there is reportedly enormous admiration for Lacroix's mentality. While Chelsea already possess several talented young defenders, Alonso is believed to want more experienced personalities capable of organising the defensive line and leading under pressure. Lacroix fits that profile perfectly. One of his greatest strengths is versatility. He can comfortably operate in a traditional back four, while also excelling as either the left or right centre-back in a back three. That tactical flexibility is particularly attractive for Alonso, who has previously demonstrated his willingness to switch formations depending on the opposition. Reports suggest Crystal Palace could demand a fee close to £50 million. Although that represents a significant investment, Chelsea reportedly believe the valuation reflects both Lacroix's quality and the fact that he still has several years remaining on his contract. Negotiations are expected to continue over the coming days as Chelsea attempt to establish whether a deal can be reached. Should both Palestra and Lacroix arrive this summer, Chelsea would possess one of the youngest yet most exciting defensive units in European football. But Chelsea's transfer ambitions are not expected to stop there. The club continues monitoring several opportunities across Europe as Alonso works closely with the recruitment team to reshape the squad. One particularly fascinating situation involves highly rated attacking midfielder Nico Paz. Real Madrid reportedly intend to activate their buyback clause before deciding whether to keep the Argentine youngster or sell him for a substantial profit. Chelsea remain attentive because Paz fits the profile of an intelligent, creative midfielder capable of operating between the lines. His technical quality, vision and versatility make him an attractive option for clubs searching for long-term attacking creativity. At the same time, speculation continues surrounding Real Madrid's long-standing admiration for Chelsea midfielder Enzo Fernandez. Although Chelsea have no intention of losing one of their biggest stars easily, any future negotiations between the two clubs could become extremely interesting if multiple players become involved. For now, however, Chelsea's primary focus remains strengthening the defence. The Blues are also monitoring options on the wings. Benfica winger Andreas Schelderup has reportedly attracted Chelsea's attention after impressive performances in Portugal. The Norwegian international is regarded as one of Europe's most technically gifted young wide players. His close control, creativity, and intelligent movement make him extremely dangerous in possession. However, questions remain regarding whether his physical profile is ideally suited to the demands of Premier League football. Chelsea are expected to carefully assess whether he represents the right tactical fit before deciding whether to submit an official offer. Competition from several major European clubs could also complicate any potential deal. Meanwhile, Chelsea continue exploring possible solutions at left-back. Gabriel Gudmundsson has emerged as another player being monitored. The Leeds United defender impressed with his energy, work rate, and consistency throughout the season. His willingness to attack while maintaining defensive discipline has caught the attention of Chelsea's scouting department. Although he may not currently be considered the club's first-choice target, Gudmundsson represents an affordable option capable of adding valuable squad depth. Overall, Chelsea's transfer strategy under Xabi Alonso appears increasingly clear. Instead of chasing headline-making attacking signings immediately, the new manager wants to construct a solid defensive platform capable of supporting future success. Marco Palestra's expected medical today could mark the official beginning of that new era. At the same time, discussions for Maxence Lacroix suggest Chelsea are wasting no time in pursuing another elite defender. If both transfers are successfully completed, Chelsea supporters could soon witness the beginning of one of the Premier League's most ambitious defensive rebuilds, laying the foundation for Alonso's long-term project at Stamford Bridge. The coming days promise to be crucial, with Palestra's medical expected to move the first deal closer to completion, while negotiations with Crystal Palace continue over the possible signing of Maxence Lacroix. Chelsea fans now have every reason to watch this transfer window closely, as the club looks determined to build a team capable of competing for the biggest trophies once again. Meanwhile, Chelsea's summer transfer window is gathering serious momentum as the club continues its ambitious rebuilding project under new head coach Xabi Alonso. With Marco Palestra expected to undergo his medical today and negotiations beginning for Crystal Palace defender Maxence Lacroix, Chelsea appear determined to completely transform their defensive line before the start of the new Premier League season. The biggest story surrounding Stamford Bridge today is Marco Palestra. The highly rated Italian defender has reportedly arrived in London to complete his medical examination, bringing him one step closer to becoming Chelsea's first signing of the Xabi Alonso era. Modern football medicals are extremely detailed, but if everything goes according to plan, Chelsea supporters could receive official confirmation very soon. Palestra's arrival is viewed as the first step in Alonso's long-term vision. The Spanish manager wants to build his team from the back, believing that every successful side requires a strong defensive foundation before strengthening other areas of the squad. However, Chelsea are not stopping with Palestra. Reports suggest that talks have now started between Chelsea and Crystal Palace regarding the signing of Maxence Lacroix. The French centre-back has become one of Chelsea's highest priorities, with the club identifying him as the perfect partner for their young defensive unit. If Chelsea succeed in signing Lacroix, it would represent a massive boost for the squad. One major reason is the growing uncertainty surrounding Trevoh Chalobah's future. Rumours continue linking the Chelsea Academy graduate with a move to Italian side Como, and if Chalobah eventually leaves Stamford Bridge, Chelsea will need another top-quality central defender to replace his experience and versatility. Lacroix would be an ideal replacement. Over the last few seasons, he has established himself as one of the finest centre-backs in England. His pace, strength, aerial dominance, and ability to read the game have made him one of the Premier League's most consistent defenders. Beyond his defensive qualities, Lacroix is also comfortable playing out from the back, exactly the type of football Xabi Alonso wants his defenders to play. His versatility is another huge advantage. Whether Chelsea play with a traditional back four or switch to a back three, Lacroix has the tactical intelligence to perform at a very high level in both systems. That flexibility makes him one of the most attractive defensive options currently available on the transfer market. Chelsea's recruitment team reportedly believes Lacroix possesses the leadership qualities needed to organise a young defence. While many of Chelsea's defenders have enormous potential, Alonso is understood to want more vocal personalities capable of leading during difficult moments. Signing both Palestra and Lacroix would completely change the outlook of Chelsea's defence heading into the new campaign. Meanwhile, another transfer story attracting significant attention involves right-back Malo Gusto. According to growing transfer speculation, Manchester City are monitoring the French international as Pep Guardiola searches for reinforcements on the right side of his defence. Gusto has developed into one of Chelsea's brightest young defenders since arriving at Stamford Bridge. His speed, technical quality, and attacking ability have impressed supporters, making him an attractive option for several elite European clubs. Should Manchester City make a serious approach, Chelsea would face an important decision regarding one of their most promising young players. Elsewhere, speculation surrounding Enzo Fernandez refuses to disappear. Real Madrid continue to be linked with the Argentine midfielder as the Spanish giants search for their next world-class midfield leader. Enzo has become one of Chelsea's most influential players since joining the club, and losing him would represent a huge blow. His passing range, composure under pressure, creativity and leadership make him one of the best midfielders in world football. Chelsea are believed to value Enzo extremely highly and would only consider extraordinary offers if Real Madrid decide to intensify their interest. For now, the club's priority remains strengthening rather than weakening the squad. The objective is to provide Xabi Alonso with enough quality to challenge for major honours once again. Supporters have waited patiently for Chelsea to build a balanced squad capable of competing consistently at the highest level, and this transfer window could finally provide that opportunity. Marco Palestra's medical today could officially begin a new chapter at Stamford Bridge. At the same time, negotiations for Maxence Lacroix demonstrate Chelsea's determination to strengthen their defence with proven Premier League quality. In other news, replacing a player of his quality will not be easy, but Chelsea already seem to have a plan. Reports suggest that the Blues have identified Sporting CP star Max Araujo as the perfect successor. With talks already underway and a deal gathering momentum, Stamford Bridge could soon be welcoming a new left-back ready to begin a fresh chapter under Xabi Alonso. So, who is Max Araujo, and why do Chelsea believe he is the right man to replace Cucurella? Let's dive into the latest transfer developments surrounding the Sporting CP defender. Chelsea move quickly to replace Marc Cucurella as Max Araujo transfer talks advance. Chelsea have wasted no time in searching for a replacement after the departure of Marc Cucurella to Real Madrid. The Spanish left-back recently completed a move to the Spanish giants in a deal reportedly worth around €60 million, bringing an end to his successful spell at Stamford Bridge. Real Madrid officially confirmed Cucurella's arrival on a long-term contract, while Chelsea received a significant financial boost from the transfer. With a major gap now left in the squad, Chelsea's recruitment team has already identified a new target to strengthen the left side of defence. According to reports emerging from various sources close to the negotiations, the Blues have opened discussions with Sporting CP regarding highly rated Uruguayan left-back Max Araujo. The 24-year-old has been attracting attention across Europe following a series of impressive performances in Portugal. Known for his pace, energy, defensive discipline, and ability to contribute in attack, Araujo is viewed by Chelsea's sporting department as a player who fits perfectly into the club's long-term vision. Sources suggest that initial talks between Chelsea and Sporting CP have been positive, with negotiations progressing smoothly. While the deal is not yet officially completed, there is growing confidence within Stamford Bridge that an agreement can be reached in the coming weeks. Chelsea are reportedly prepared to invest around €30 million to secure the services of the Uruguayan international. Compared to the €60 million received from Real Madrid for Cucurella, the move would represent smart business from the London club, allowing them to reinvest while still maintaining financial flexibility for other transfer targets. The departure of Cucurella was always going to be difficult to replace. During his time at Chelsea, the Spaniard became one of the most reliable players in the squad, contributing both defensively and offensively. His performances helped establish him as one of the Premier League's top fullbacks, eventually attracting the attention of Real Madrid. However, Chelsea believe Max Araujo possesses many of the qualities needed to succeed in English football. Scouts have been monitoring him extensively over the past year and have been impressed by his consistency, versatility, and tactical intelligence. One of Araujo's biggest strengths is his ability to operate in multiple systems. Whether playing as a traditional left-back, wing-back, or even further forward on the flank, he offers flexibility that modern managers highly value. His athleticism allows him to cover large areas of the pitch, while his crossing ability makes him a threat in attacking situations. Chelsea's coaching staff reportedly see him as a player capable of adapting quickly to the intensity and physical demands of the Premier League. At 24 years old, he is entering what many consider the prime years of a footballer's career, meaning the club would be acquiring both immediate quality and long-term potential. The player himself is believed to be excited by the possibility of moving to England. The opportunity to join one of the biggest clubs in Europe and compete in one of the world's most competitive leagues is understood to be an attractive prospect for the Uruguayan. Sporting CP, meanwhile, are aware of Chelsea's interest, but will want to ensure they receive a fair fee before allowing one of their important players to leave. Although negotiations remain ongoing, the reported €30 million valuation is thought to be close to what could eventually secure an agreement. Chelsea supporters have reacted positively to the links, with many fans viewing Araujo as an exciting addition capable of bringing fresh energy to the squad. Following a period of transition, the club is eager to build a balanced team, capable of competing for major trophies once again. The coming days are expected to be crucial as talks continue between all parties. Chelsea are determined to move quickly to avoid competition from other European clubs who may also be monitoring the situation. If the transfer is finalised, Max Araujo would become one of Chelsea's most intriguing signings of the summer. Replacing a player of Cucurella's quality will never be easy, but the club believes they have identified the right profile to fill the void. For now, negotiations continue behind the scenes, and optimism is growing that the Uruguayan defender could soon be wearing the famous blue shirt at Stamford Bridge. Should Chelsea complete the €30 million deal, many observers believe the club will have secured one of the smartest pieces of business of the transfer window. Araujo combines youth, experience, versatility, and hunger for success, qualities that could make him a key figure in Chelsea's future project for many years to come. Chelsea closing in on Max Araujo as personal terms are agreed. Chelsea's pursuit of Sporting CP left-back Max Araujo is gathering serious momentum as the Blues continue their search for a long-term replacement following Marc Cucurella's departure. After securing €60 million from the sale of the Spanish defender, Chelsea have moved quickly in the market and now appear to be edging closer to completing another important piece of business. According to reports surrounding the negotiations, Chelsea have already reached an agreement on personal terms with Max Araujo. The player is understood to be fully convinced by the project being presented at Stamford Bridge and is eager to make the move to the Premier League. With personal terms no longer considered an obstacle, discussions are now focused on finalising the transfer fee between Chelsea and Sporting CP. The proposed deal is expected to be worth around €30 million, a fee Chelsea believe represents excellent value for a player who has continued to develop into one of the most promising left-backs in European football. Club officials reportedly see Araujo as a perfect fit for the modern style of football the team wants to play under its current project. Chelsea's recruitment department has spent months monitoring the Uruguayan international and believes he possesses all the attributes required to succeed in England. His pace, work ethic, technical quality, and tactical awareness have impressed scouts throughout the season, making him one of the club's priority targets. One of the biggest reasons Chelsea are pushing so hard for the deal is the player's versatility. Araujo is capable of playing as a traditional left-back, an attacking wing-back, or even in a more advanced role on the left side when needed. This flexibility gives coaches multiple tactical options and makes him an extremely valuable asset for a squad competing across several competitions. Should Chelsea successfully complete the transfer, many supporters will view it as an intelligent piece of business. Replacing a player such as Cucurella is never an easy task, especially considering the influence he had during his time at the club. However, Chelsea believe Araujo has the potential not only to fill that gap, but also to establish himself as one of the best left-backs in the Premier League in the years ahead. What makes the potential signing even more exciting is the player's age profile. At just 24 years old, Araujo still has significant room for improvement. Chelsea have consistently focused on signing young talents who can grow with the club, and the Uruguayan fits that strategy perfectly. Football analysts have frequently praised Araujo for his intelligence on the ball. Unlike many modern fullbacks who rely purely on athleticism, he combines physical qualities with excellent decision-making. He knows when to push forward, when to remain disciplined defensively, and when to create opportunities for teammates. Those qualities are highly valued in the Premier League, where tactical awareness often separates good players from elite ones. Another factor that has impressed Chelsea is his mentality. Sources close to the player describe him as hard-working, professional, and eager to improve. These characteristics are considered essential within the Chelsea dressing room as the club continues building a competitive environment focused on long-term success. If the deal goes through, Chelsea would gain a player capable of contributing immediately. His attacking qualities could become a major weapon down the left flank, while his defensive reliability would provide balance to the team. His ability to deliver accurate crosses, recover possession, and support teammates in transition makes him an ideal modern fullback. Many Chelsea supporters are already excited about the possibility of seeing Araujo in blue. Social media discussions have highlighted his energy, speed, and technical ability as reasons why he could quickly become a fan favourite at Stamford Bridge. The agreement on personal terms is being viewed as a major breakthrough because it demonstrates the player's commitment to joining Chelsea. In modern football, convincing the player is often one of the most important parts of any transfer negotiation. With that stage reportedly completed, confidence is growing that the remaining details can be resolved in the near future. Should Chelsea manage to finalise the €30 million transfer, it would represent a significant statement of intent. The club would not only secure a talented replacement for Cucurella, but also add another young player with enormous potential to their squad. There is also a belief within Chelsea that Araujo's style of play is perfectly suited to the intensity of English football. His willingness to attack, recover defensively, and work tirelessly for the team could allow him to adapt quickly to the demands of the Premier League.